my new roommate, the Justin guy. He's working out fine. We had one small conflict. There was one small conflict where he was like, I don't know, he was starting to display some party traits, in the sense that most of the foreigners in Taiwan, they like to, smoke, drink, do drugs, and I'm not into those things. So, and I don't need any more roommates that are into those things. So he kind of started to display some of those traits, and I pretty much said, okay, well, you can move out, I'm not going to waste my time helping somebody out who isn't, I don't know. So yeah, but then I don't know, he just did a 180. He just said, oh, well, no, actually, to be honest, I don't want to do any of those kind of things either. It was a moment of weakness. You have my permission to punch me out if I even talk about those things again. And I'm like, okay. And I said, I'll do it. And I'm a violent person by nature. I always think violently, and I love violent movies, and I don't know. I'm a nice guy. I've got a good heart. I just got a really sick mind. Good heart, sick mind. Yeah, that sums me up. No, I really got a sick mind. Like, I remember one time I was talking to someone, and they were like, yeah, last night I had a dream where I killed my brother. It was so terrible. I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep, and I felt bad. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You killed your brother? That's a bad night? And if I get through a night without killing all the members of my family and sodomizing one or two of them, that's like a good night for me. So yeah, those are the best dreams. Like, well, not with my family, but like killing dreams are awesome. I had a dream once, like 10 years ago, where I was like a vampire, and I was like, I don't know, it was a long story, but it was a long dream. But at one point in the dream, I was like in a crowd of like 100 people, and I was like in the middle of the crowd. It was like a mosh pit or something, and I was just walking around ripping off heads and like cutting through bodies and ripping off arms, and I was just killing everyone in these really cool ways. That was awesome. And when I get thoughts going through that, like, here's a story. I was with a friend of mine, and I could have sworn I told the story in one of my other videos. I was with a friend of mine around the country. This is back when I was like 13 years old, 14 years old, and around the country in the middle of nowhere on our bicycles. And then we're taking a break, and we're both sitting down on the side of the road, or he's sitting down on the side of the road, and I'm standing directly behind him. And we're just enjoying the quietness of the country. And then I said to him, then he says to me, well, what are you thinking? And I say, well, I'm thinking about different ways to kill you and to leave your body here in the country, and that's what I was thinking. And then I go, why? What were you thinking? And he goes, I was thinking about different ways to defend myself if you tried to kill me. He knew me so well. But he's like twice my size, that guy. He was a strong, tough guy that was like 2-3 times my size, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm not a good guy to be with and like on a cliff or something. If you're like looking over the edge of a cliff and I'm with you, it's not a smart move, because I'm going to be fighting strong urges to push. I almost killed a guy in England like that. He was a nice guy, and we were on a cliff, and he was telling me about how it was on the ocean, and he was telling me that this was one of the most dangerous lengths of cliff in the world with regards to the ocean beneath, or what's that called? The most dangerous, shorelines in the world. Yeah, dangerous like shoreline in the world, ocean shorelines, because and there was a story where there was a guy who fell in, and then the cliff wasn't high. The cliff was only like 15 feet above the ocean or so. But the ocean just kept smashing against it with waves. And he says that once, there's been a few people that fell in, and every time they do, they die. There was one story where a guy's dog jumped in, and then the guy jumped in after his dog, and then 2 policemen jumped in to try to save the 2 of them. and all 4 died. So, anyways, and he's telling me this story, and I'm like, oh, really? You know, like one shove. But yeah, but I'm a nice guy, really. The way I figure it is like, you know, Stephen King and Clive Baker and those guys, they're probably not really like sick fucks in real life. They're probably like normal, nice guys. They're probably like normal, nice guys in real life with, you know, families and kids and whatnot. They just have, you know, creative imagination, and they have a an appreciation for, you know, violence. Like, a lot of people like violent movies, right? So if you're one of those people that like violent movies and you have an overactive imagination, what's going to happen? You're going to have, you know, somewhat interesting violent thoughts on a day-to-day basis. And that's me. That's more death. But like I said, I'm you know, I'm harmless. I'm a big puppy dog. I'm a puppy dog with butterfly wings and a unicorn horn that's blunted at the edge, so it couldn't even poke anyone if it wanted to. That's how harmless I am. I'm a butter puppy corn. Butter puppy corn. And that's yeah. I should invent that, eh? I should like make some kind of stuffed animal called the butter puppy corn, and then have like a, you know, a little stuffed puppy with butterfly wings and a unit. You got the best of everything.